Hello, everybody, and good evening. It's a fantastic evening to be here with you guys once again. It's been an absolutely beautiful week. It's been a fantastic weekend, and as usual, this is how we begin the trading week on this platform. So, if this is your first time with us, you're welcome. This is our weekly market review, spearheaded by the EasyFX analysis team. My name is AUDJPY Freeman, and I am the lead instructor at EasyFX Academy. I want to say a big welcome to you all for joining us. All right, if this is your first time, please do like and subscribe to this channel. If this is your first time, do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to drop your comments below. All right, but if this is not your first time, you're welcome, and I want to say thank you for joining us once again this week. All right, so as usual, we're going to be starting the weekly market reviews with the usual currency pair indices like we normally do. All right, so we're going to be starting with the Australian dollar. All right, in order to make the videos very short, all right, this week we're going to be making our videos very short, very comprehensive, because majority of the setups or the majority of the signals are going to be dropped during the week, all right, as soon as they arrive. All right, they'll be dropped during the week as soon as they arrive. So we're going to have to wait till they arrive before we drop them. All right. So for today, we're just going to show you setups or pairs that you can start adding to your watch list. All right, so that you can wait for that optimal setup and you can ride with us. Okay. So first of all, let's go to the Australian dollar index, which is the AXY. All right. So this AXY on the daily time frame, we can see that we're in a downtrend. All right. But how far the downtrend has gone, we cannot say yet as to how much farther it can still go or it will still go. All right. One thing I know for certain is when you look closely here, all right, you see that we're approaching an interesting zone somewhere around here. All right, we're approaching an interesting zone somewhere around here. There's this bit of imbalance over here. All right. All right, there's that bit of imbalance right over there. Okay, but I don't want us to count our cheeks before they are arched. All right, so it's important that we take it slow and steady. Let us wait to see how things play out from that particular zone. All right, there's also this channel that we seem to be trading with. Okay, I think we've broken out of that channel already. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Price might just be looking for some support. All right, maybe around this area. Yeah, price could possibly come all the way down, this much. All right, that's a possibility. All right, another possibility is that we see the Australian dollar react from this particular zone where we are at already. All right, we could see price react from that other block where we are at the moment. So we're just going to watch how market reacts during the week, all right, so that we can be able to better position ourselves and anticipate what next from the Australian dollar. Is it going to get stronger or weaker? All right. All of this are, are things that we'll look at for as the week unfolds. The next we'll look at is the British Pound Index, all right, which is the BXY. All right, the BXY. Let's check what the BXY is looking like at the moment. All right, so BXY daily time frame, we're still on a solid downtrend. All right, we're still on a solid downtrend. Let's see how far that downtrend is most likely going to go. Okay, let's see. All right, so that is one possibility. This is another possibility. This has been broken out of already, so that's validated. Let's check this trend line and see how this plays out as well. All right, so I think for the British pound, I think we can see that price is currently at this zone. Price is currently trading inside of this wedge or inside of this wedge pattern. So let's see how this plays out on the. This is on the monthly time frame. All right, this is on the monthly time frame. There's also this internal trend line. Okay, it's been validated. So we can see price trading inside of this range. All right, so it's at the bottom of this particular trend line. So we need to know if it's going to come even lower all the way here. All right, or we could see something else unfold. All right, so it's important that we keep our eyes peeled. All right, and just watch out for reaction from that area or from that point. All right, so that's for the British pound. All right, so as to whether it's going to gain strength or lose strength, we're just going to have to wait to see how the week begins. All right, and then we can check for reactions on the lower time frame around these areas. All right, so up next, we'll go to the Canadian dollar, all right, which is the CXY. CXY is also still a solid downtrend. All right, so let's go to the monthly time frame and see what do we have here. All right, CXY, as far as CXY is concerned, we can see that there's an interesting zone right over here. All right, there's an interesting zone right there. I think we can also see this. All right, yeah, I think we can also see that. Let me remove this first. It should be clearer on the weekly time frame, so we'll see what that looks like. All right, so there's this internal trend line on the weekly time frame as we approach this other block. All right, so let's see how that zone unfolds. All right, let me just quickly add the Fibonacci to this. All right, beautiful. So we can see that we're right on top of the 61.8 of the Fibonacci, which is the golden ratio, all right, or golden level. All right, and currently we're seeing that there's this internal trend line and this other block. All right, so expectations are that we might likely see some strength, all right, in the Canadian dollar going into this week. All right, week 40, we could see some bullishness. All right, we could see some bullishness as we enter into that week. All right, next one we'll look at is DXY. All right, so DXY has been full-on bullish for a while now. All right, let me remove the previous drawings so we can see clearly. DXY has been full-on bullish for a while now. All right, but on the monthly time frame, I think we're beginning to approach some interesting levels. All right, where we might begin to see some kind or some type of reaction. All right, anytime soon. Let me show you what I mean here. All right, so we can see price has been inside of this channel all along. All right, and currently we are approaching the top of that that channel. All right, we're approaching the top of that channel. Secondly, is the fact that there's this interesting area here. All right, there's this inefficiency zone here. All right, let me quickly do that. All right, but that's from the monthly point of view, right? From the monthly time frame. Okay, so what we need to do is let's see on the weekly time frame if there's an order block inside of that zone. All right, let's see if there's another block inside of that inefficiency zone. All right, beautiful. There's one. Okay, so let's quickly mark that. So that means that we could see, we could be starting to see some drop, all right, in the strength of the dollar, all right. But I don't think I would want to bet my chips on this until I see some solid reaction, all right. You can see that the dollar is still approaching that point, all right, that confluence point. Another way to confirm that would be to plot out something like this. Let me do it the other way around. Okay, good. All right, so let's see how this plays out. All right, and then from there we can be able to know what to expect. All right, and prepare ourselves for that. So currently the dollar is approaching this interesting zone, so we could begin to see some reaction from that particular level. All right, because as you can see, this seems to have been overstretched already. So the price or market is going to need to rebalance itself a little bit, all right, so that we can continue to go higher, all right, if that's really going to be the case. All right, so that's for DXY. Let's quickly go to EXY, which is the European, the Euro, all right, the Euro index. All right, let's start from the monthly time frame. Let's see where we are at on the monthly time frame. All right, so this is the monthly time frame. Let me see. Let me see what's this looking like on the monthly time frame. All right, this is not really giving the full details. Let me see if we can have it on another broker. All right, that's still not showing. But let me quickly do this. I think I have a trick that I use in situations like this. All right, so I think that the dollar, we can see the euro approaching this level, all right, which is very probable that the dollar, the euro actually gets to that level. All right, it's very probable that we see euro get to that level. All right, before we get a solid reaction. So let's go back to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we can see that trend line a bit clearer. All right. So what we're simply expecting is that the euro drops maybe a bit lower, and then from somewhere around here we get that up thrust. All right. So euro could be a bit lower, all right, temporarily. All right. Also that we can recover some of the bullish ground that have been lost. All right. Maybe come back even all the way up here. All right, before dropping lower. All right, so that's for EXY. All right, that's for EXY. And then finally, we're going to be looking at the JPY basket. All right, let's look at the JPY basket quickly. All right, so on the weekly time frame for the JPY basket, it's quite interesting. We've seen this downtrend, all right, we've seen that clearly. Price is approaching this other block. All right, price is approaching that other block on the weekly time frame. We can also see that happens to coincide with the 61.8 level. All right, or if I use this eye, all right, that would be coinciding with the 76.4 level. All right, so let's go to the daily time frame and confirm that. So this is the daily time frame. We can see that also on the daily, this has been a previous break of structure, all right, which means that this zone is all the more stronger, all right, because it also represents this zone is all the more stronger because it also represents a pivot zone. All right, it also represents a pivot zone. So we're expecting to see a drop. All right, we're expecting to see some solid drop in the JPY. All right, some solid weakness in the JPY. So having said that, let's quickly go into the commodities. All right, the commodities chart. All right, so that we can quickly take a look at all of these things. All right, so if you have any commodity you would like me to take a look at on your behalf, all right, you can simply drop it in the group and then we'll get to that. All right, but since so far on all the commodities that we have checked, I think JPY gives the most confident setup. JPY gives the most confident setup. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at most of the pairs, all right, or most of the commodities against the JPY. All right, so I think that for me this week, all right, focusing on JPY pairs would be a whole lot better. All right, focusing on JPY pairs would give a whole lot better setup, all right, than, trying to force trades on, commodities like EURUSD, GBPUSD, and the likes, all right. So for a change, let's look at JPY pairs, all right. So I'm going to be starting with AUDJPY. All right, remember, we're just going to be sharing the ideas here, all right. We'll just look at the ideas here, all right. The actual entries are going to be given during the week, all right, most likely to the members of the VIP group, all right. But some of the setups will be shared in the free group as well, all right. So do well to follow the setups as soon as they are dropped, all right, so you don't get to miss out on all of the amazing freebies that will be coming your way this week. So this is the daily time frame. We've seen a bit of structure. All right, we've seen that strong break of structure over here. All right, price has broken structure. We're currently retesting this other block area. All right, let me just use this. All right, so that's the area we're currently retesting, and you can see that it also aligns with my moving average support. All right, as regards the value for that moving average, some of you already know that the setting for that moving average, and for those who do not, you can find all of these details in the premium mentorship course. All right, so as you can see, currently we're seeing price approaching this other block. All right, I just refined it on the 1 hour, on the 4 hours time frame right now. All right, I just refined it on the 4 hours time frame, but the other block was actually from the daily time frame. So what would I be expecting from that area, all right, would be that we get some bullish reaction, all right. It's possible that price does not come back to that point, all right. Let me see 15 minutes if we have a clear break of structure yet. No clear break of structure yet. So we could definitely see price dip a little bit lower into this other block, all right, and then we'll wait for reactions from that area. All right, so just wait for reactions from this area on the AUDJPY. Okay, so that's the first one, AUDJPY. Next one we'll take a look at is the CAD JPY. All right, so let's start from the daily time frame. All right, as we can see, CAD JPY is in this downtrend, move lower. There's this other block right over here. All right, but looking at the Fibonacci levels, I think that we have just got a reaction from the 764. So let me go to the 4 hours time frame and confirm if there's another block at the 76.4 level. Yes, there was. Right? We can see that quite clearly. There was another block from the 76.4 level. All right. However, there's a possibility that price comes a little bit lower, all right, because there's this whole imbalance over here. All right. So for CAD JPY, I would want to see price most likely coming to this level. All right, most likely coming to that other block level. Okay, so that we can get some valid reactions or some valid bias for our bullish entries. All right, you can see that there's not been any clear breakout on the lower time frames yet. All right, for a bullish confirmation. So what you want to do is you want to wait and see price dip lower. All right, dip into these areas before it comes higher. All right, there's no doubt as to the fact that JPY is still going to gain strength over time. All right, or that commodities like CAD JPY and the likes are still going to sell. All right, but for the sake of where we are at the moment, all right, we're looking for bullish entries based on what we can see on the daily time frame over here. All right, based on what we can see on the daily time frame over here. So these are our entry points. All right, the 764, the 882. So price might want to come a bit lower play tricks on all those who are intending to buy. All right, just get them trapped in that false move. All right, before we finally get that move all the way to the top. All right, so that's for CAD JPY. Up next, we're going to quickly look at EURUSD. Please note that all these setups and all these ideas I'm sharing with you guys are high probability setup. All right, they are very high probability setups. In fact, they are setups that I could almost, bet my house rent on. All right, but I don't have plans to do that. So let's look at what this looks like. EURUSD, this is the daily time frame. We're currently sandwiched in between the moving averages. There's also this major trend line here. All right, this also happens to be a pivot zone. All right, because it was a resistance that has now turned support. All right, Osha Skittles, you are welcome. It's been a while. Mr. Daniel Habu too. I think it's been a while since you've joined. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Abby and Nunike, it's good to see you as well. And Mr. Idaya, you're doing well. Tova, I see you too. All right, welcome, guys. All right, so we can see that EURUSD is currently inside of this order block. If we pull out the Fibonacci, we'll see that a lot clearer. All right, we'll see that a lot clearer. So let's take this overall movement. All right, so using that overall movement, we can see that we are a bit beyond the 61.8 level, all right, and currently we're approaching the 764. So we're just going to wait on the lower time frames for a clear entry signal, all right, for a very clear entry signal. There's a possibility that this trend line gets taken out, or I guess tested and taken out till price approaches this particular level, and then we might be seeing the bullish movement from either here, all right, or from somewhere around here. All right, which is a bit closer to the 88.2 level. Okay, so if we do not get a reaction from this area, all right, if we do not get a reaction from this area, then we are definitely going to get it somewhere around here. Right, so you can bear that in mind for EURUSD. Next, we're going to look at let's see NZDJPY. I can see that somebody has requested GBPJPY. Right, so let's quickly look at that. GBPJPY. Let's start from the daily time frame. Okay, so this is GBPJPY from the daily time frame right now. All right, and this is what we have on GJ daily time frame. This major trend line. All right, so let's see what the Fibonacci is saying. All right, the Fibonacci is giving us the 76.4 level already. All right, so let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Like all of these imbalances will most likely need to get filled up. All right, so that increases the chances of a bullish reaction. All right, so GBPJPY, we're expecting the price to go bullish at least a little bit. All right, at least a little bit up until when price is clear about the filling up all of these imbalances. All right, and then we can start to talk about bearish continuation. Now, many of you missed this setup, all right. I think it was last week. Many of you missed this. We talked about this particular eye here. All right, we marked out this eye here, and you can see that after price rejected from that eye, all right, price came back and did that's about 1,074 pips. All right, so these are kind of trades that you want to be able to take because it gives you higher possibilities of holding your trades without fear, all right, or without the risk of losing out completely. All right, so those are the kind of trades that I take my time to search for. all right, because they're higher probability trades and they give a better prospect. All right, so for GBPJPY, we're expecting price to recover some of this imbalance, all right, before we continue lower. All right, so let me see. It's probably all right. We'll probably want to come into this zone. Let me see. All right, so I think there's this other block here that could be where we're looking at. All right, but altogether, I think we're expecting about at least about 420 something pips from this. All right, at least 420 pips. Okay, so you want to be very, very switched on. All right, study that, watch for the reaction on the lower time frame, and then you can just squeeze yourself in and take the trade all the way to maybe the 420 pips mark that I just showed us. All right, so that's for GJ. All right, so let's quickly look at NZDJPY. All right, NZDJPY. Let's go to the daily time frame. All right, as you can see, this is NZDJPY. It's currently at this other block on the daily. All right, there's also this very strong other block on the lower that is below down here. That's just down here. All right, and considering the fact that we already had a bullish breakout, all right, but I want to see the possibility of price coming all the way back here. All right, which is going to give us about 200 pips. All right, so on the 4 hours time frame, let's look into what that looks like on the 4 hours time frame. 4 hours time frame, we can see the other block. Let me see 1 hour time frame. All right, so this is the 1 hour time frame. Not much difference. All right, not much difference. Well, let's see. So basically, what we want to do is want to wait to see how price reacts from this other block. All right, when we get a clear bullish break structure, all right, then we can start to squeeze in our buy entries all the way to the top. All right, but currently we've not gotten that break of structure, as you can see. All right, we've not gotten that at the moment, so it's important that we wait until that presents itself. All right, it's really important that we wait till that presents itself. All right, so the next one we're going to take a look at is let's look at EURUSD. All right, let's see EURUSD. All right, EURUSD. Let's go to the daily time frame. EURUSD is quite interesting at the moment for a couple of reasons. If you see the previous swing low on the daily time frame. All right, previous swing low on the daily time frame. This happens to be the level 61.8. All right, that's the 61.8. This is the other block right here. All right, price has been rejected from that other block right about now. Okay, I think there's also this this trend line here. All right, so currently we can see all these confluences showing us that EURUSD should be heading lower. All right, at least I think if I wanted to take this trade, my target will be somewhere around here. All right, my target will be somewhere around here. Okay, so let's look at it on the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, I think that we've already seen a good enough break of structure. All right, which could lead to a change of character. All right, so what do we want to do? We want to see this swing low. All right, see where we have the likelihood of reactions the most. All right, the most likelihood for reactions. There's also this trend line here. All right, so let's see what this plays out like. Let me see 1 hour time frame. All right, so based on what I'm seeing from here, all right, I think that this is the range to watch out for. All right, if price breaks higher than this level, then we can take an entry from maybe somewhere around the 61.8. All right, but if price breaks below this point, all right, then it means I will just wait for a retest and squeeze in our trades. All right, good. So I think that from my own end, I think that there should be some bit of a liquidity grab, all right, that brings us even higher, all right, maybe a little bit higher to maybe 61.8 or 76.4, all right, and then we can now see that major drop that we need to see, all right, from Euro AUD. All right, so the next one we'll look at, I can see someone has requested gold. So let's look at gold quickly before we come back to Euro card. All right, let me clear all the drawings so that it becomes clearer. All right, so this is the weekly time frame on gold. And as you can see, this happens to be another block on that time frame, right, on the daily time frame, or the weekly time frame rather. All right, we've seen how price has given us all of these equal lows here. All right, let me quickly mark that out. All right, so we've seen all of this equal lows right here. So it increases the chances of price dipping into this point and then bouncing higher. All right, so let's see how this works out. All right, let's see how this works out on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, price still looks a bit bearish. All right, however, I think that we can expect price to bounce off here. All right, and relieve itself of that bearish pressure that it has been under all this while. All right, relieve itself a little bit, maybe just until we come into, I think this may not be the zone, but this could possibly be it. All right, maybe up until we come into this area. All right, and then we can start to anticipate some bearish continuation from that overall trend, right? Either a bounce high up here, all right, or based on what I'm seeing on the 4 hours here, all right, I'm just speaking based on what I'm seeing here now. All right, this happens to be an area of imbalance. All right, and then this happens to be our order block. All right, this happens to be our order block, and if you combine that with what we're seeing, what we're most likely going to get from the Fibonacci, you can see that we're right on the 88.2 level. All right, so that should increase the chances, coupled with the fact that I think that there is also this trend line over here. All right, there's also this trend line over here. So we could see price deep this way, all right, come all the way here and then drop. Okay, so I think that's my bias on gold. All right. That's clear, please, for the person that requested it. All right, so that's the expectation from gold. All right, so let's quickly go back to Euro card. All right, beautiful. Let's quickly go back to Euro card. All right, EuroCard daily time frame, we're seeing a bearish trend. All right, let me quickly clear all these drawings. All right, we're seeing a bearish trend. All right, however, we can see that price has clearly given us a break of structure here. All right, although I know that you might want to argue that okay, it wasn't just a break of structure, it was actually a retest, a liquidity grab. All right, just so we could take out liquidity and then come into this other block somewhere around here. If that's what you think, all right, you would be absolutely correct. All right, you'd be correct. However, I think that we can also consider the fact that currently we've seen this break of structure. All right, we've seen this area of inefficiency or imbalance. All right, price has come into this area already. All right, so there's this other block that we're spotting here. All right, and if we merge that with what we can see from the Fibonacci, I think that qualifies for a for some bullish relief. All right, we could just see some bit of bullish relief. All right, because even on the 4 hours time frame, you can see that the most recent breakout is a bearish breakout. All right, you can see this is that breakout. All right, price came back to retest this other block area. Right, and then we've seen this drop. All right, but I want to say I want to see the possibility of price reacting from this other block. All right, maybe giving us a bit of a relief. All right, is a close call. Reason being that I've not seen any imbalance that is waiting to be filled up here. All right, so that's why it's not a convenient trade for me. All right, it's not a convenient trade for me by any standards. All right, but because you asked, is why I've shown you this. All right, so that you have biases to look out for. All right, so that you can gauge whatever it is that price ends up doing based on your own strategy or whatever system it is that you use. Okay, so let's just see how that plays out. All right, we could see that reaction, or we could just see price go all the way down. All right, we'll just see price go all the way down. Yes. So, but nonetheless, let's see how this plays out. All right, so that's Euro card. Let me quickly go to GBP card. All right, so this is GBP card on the daily time frame, which was to a very large extent a very fantastic setup. All right, very, very fantastic setup. Those in my current mentorship program, those that paid for the $50 program, all right, these are some of the things that you'll be getting to learn. All right, how I spot high probability trades like this. All right, this is a trade that you could have taken since like 3rd of August. All right, and it would have brought you, as at where markets closed on Friday, would have brought you close to about 930 pips. All right, so when you see people who hold on to swing trades for weeks and months, all right, there's a policy behind it. All right, there's a system behind it. But I'm not going to be showing all of that breakdown right here, right now. All right, but GBP card, I think that there's still room at the bottom here. All right, there's still a bit of room. All right, there's still some room. All right, from that point. Okay, so and I think that the reason why this could be is because for a while now, maybe Pound has not been singing that popular song. It's Let Isumi Aye Beloke. So you can see that GBP is really dropping hard. But nonetheless, let's see how this plays out. There's this zone that I'm watching here, but I don't want to be too too forward. All right, I want to wait until every indication is clear. Right, until every indication is clear. Although I'm beginning to see some patterns form that show me that price might want to possibly come back to mitigate all of these imbalances. All right, But the entry for the buy must be top notch. It must be on point. All right, to say the least. All right, it just has to be on point. So for those who are familiar with my moving average strategy, which is mostly those who have gone through the SMC camp, all right, the SMC boot camp, you would you should be able to understand what exactly was that happened here. All right, and if you had caught this kind of a trade, all right, this would have been about this would have been about 512 pips, all right, from that entry. But nonetheless, when I talk about people paying for mentorship, I understand the way the African mentality towards paying for mentorship. So it's no problem. Let's just have the market review, and then we can talk about whatever it is that you guys need to know some other time, maybe whenever we have our next webinar. So that's GBP card, all right. So I think that it would be important to see some attenuation first, all right. Let the market attenuate a little bit, all right. Then after that has happened, we can start to anticipate a solid break of structure on the lower time frames that takes us back to recover and mitigate all of those imbalances. All right. So the next one we're going to look into quickly is EURUSD. All right, EURUSD. EURUSD daily time frame, not so clear. I don't think I like this. I really don't think I like this. It's not looking sweet. It's not looking sweet. All right, but you can see that this is the zone where EURUSD has got into on the daily time frame, is reacting there. I think I gave us this zone since as far back as when was that? July, yeah, July. All right, price has come back to that zone. It's currently reacting from that zone, but I don't think I want to open a trade yet. All right, reason being that I have not seen something solid, something believable enough on the 4 hours time frame. All right, I've not seen anything believable enough on the 4 hours time frame. So perhaps if I see price do something along this line, all right, do something along these lines, yeah, then I think I would be able to consider selling, all right, but in the meantime, I don't think I'm saying that yet, all right, so I think I'm just going to stick with avoiding EURUSD, all right, for the next couple of days until it is clear, all right. So let's quickly look at AUD card. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Like I said, for those who know my moving average strategy, all right, you would have caught this very, very, very cheaply, all right. It would have been so cheap, you could almost call it Okrika, all right. You can see this was our order block here, all right. This was our order block here. We had the powerful break of structure right over here. All right, we had the break of structure here. All right, the trend is still bearish. Price tested into the moving average, came over here. All right, inside the other block, we had the stochastic confirmation, and boom, we had that drop. All right, so let's quickly go to the daily time frame and see what we are expecting. I think that on the daily time frame, there could be a possibility for the Australian dollar to come all the way down here. All right, I think that there could be a possibility because on the daily you can see that the last break of structure is a bearish break of structure. All right, so we could see price come all the way down, which means if you had caught that trade on the 4 hours time frame, all right, by the time the market reaches your full take profit, that would be about 200 pips thereabouts. Not much, all right, at least for AUD card, not much, but it's still something. All right, I think it's still something. All right, so that's for AUD card. So I think for AUD card, I think I'm still expecting price to come maybe all the way somewhere around here. All right, AUD card. So having said that, let's quickly look at ETHUSD. All right, ETHUSD on the daily time frame is giving something interesting. All right, the vibe is looking good. All right, it's showing the possibility that we might want to come back to recover this imbalance. All right, so that we can get a proper sell entry. All right, a proper sell entry. Let me remove this so that we can get a proper sell entry from off this previous, from the Fibonacci of this previous swing. All right, which would be somewhere around 61.8. All right, so I think I would want to see. Yes, the market outlook is going to be available on YouTube. So I think I want to see this happen, and then most likely something like this. Don't call me a pessimist, all right? Don't call me a pessimist. I just feel that there's a strong possibility that we come all the way to this point, all right? So catching this kind of an entry would mean that you're looking at about 69,000 pips. All right, so I think if you catch that, you should be getting ready for an early retirement after a while. All right, so let's see how this plays out. All right, I think to make it even more interesting, there's this sweet boy over here. All right, there's that sweet guy over there. All right, so let's see how this plays out. All right, that's for crypto lovers. All right, ETH. I don't think BTC is giving anything sweet right now. I don't think BTC is giving anything sweet right now. It's just pretty much ranging. All right, and as much as I love BTC, I don't think I'm interested in going into BTCUSD. All right, Mr. Farouk, this is a Forex market review. All right, the one for synthetic indices, we don't currently do synthetic indices review. All right, but if you want me to do that, just send a DM to any of the admins. All right, they can send you the analysis for V10. All right, so just send a DM to any of the admins. They will give you a setup on V10 and what to expect. So this is BTCUSD right now. I don't think I'm positive on BTC until maybe we get something along these lines. All right. I think that would be what I'll be expecting. All right. So it has to be a break above this point. All right. It has to break above this point. If it doesn't break above this point, then I think it is safe to say, if it doesn't break above this point, then I think it's safe to say that from here, BTCUSD could suffer another big drop. All right, so let's see how all of this play out during the week. Last week we had about 4,000 and something pips. Let me see. All the setups that we dropped last week, all right, during the last market review session, and the signals that we dropped yielded about 5,382 pips. All right, so for those of you who have been, ignoring the setups or ignoring the trade ideas or not, actively participating in the market review sessions, I'm sorry to say, but you don't know how much you're missing out, all right, until you choose to join. All right, so I think I just spotted this as well. There's this trend line over here, which just basically increases the chances of BTCUSD taking out liquidity from here and getting here, then dropping hard. Okay, so let's see how all of this play out. All right, let's see how all of this play out. I want to believe that we are all clear about this, please. No EU, in what sense? You want me to do EURUSD? like I said, I'm not really comfortable with the USD yet. If you've been here from the start, you know why I said that. I'm not really comfortable with the USD yet. All right. So I don't want to, like I said, I only want to give high probability setups. All right. But since you have asked, so that you will not be disappointed, let me give you what you have asked for. Remember, it may not be a high probability setup, all right, because it doesn't meet all the criteria that I love to have met. All right. And in fact, I don't think that EURUSD is ready for anything serious yet. Okay. There's an OB here, but as you can see, it doesn't seem to have had any real effect on the market. All right. Let's see. Price is trading inside of this wedge. All right. So if at all there's going to be any real solid reaction from EURUSD, all right, it has to be another block in that vicinity. All right, something close to that area. And as far as I know, I don't think I'm seeing anything like that yet. All right. So, but like I said, I've shown you the zone. All right, you can do your own due diligence around that zone. All right. Somewhere between where's that now? Somewhere between 0.960 and 0.910. All right, somewhere in between that zone. All right. So, like I said, I don't want to give you a setup that is not high probability. So my candid advice, leave EU to be EUing itself. All right. To avoid any unnecessary EUs, leave EU. The Lord bless you in Jesus' name. All right. So GBP CHF. All right. Let me see if that makes any sense. GBP CHF is quite bitter in my mouth right now. Quite bitter. It should be preparing for a reversal, but I don't think that I see that reversal happening yet. Because you people can see what I'm seeing now, Abi. It's not as if it's only me that is seeing this thing. So may the Lord bless the hearer and the doer of his word in Jesus' name. Let us see what the Fibonacci has to say about this movement. So as you can see, we are still quite far away from the nearest logical point of reaction. All right. So my fellow brethren and Forex traders, I'm begging you, please leave GBP CHF. At least if you don't have a clear setup for a sell, please allow GBP CHF to rest. You understand? So I don't think I see anything positive that is really confirmed on GBP CHF. All right. Because see all the high probability setups I've given you guys already. All right. I think that you people, if I'm giving you all of these setups and you are not even trading the setup, you are still looking for the one that you want to trade. May the Lord help you in Jesus' name. So thank you very much, guys. It's been a fantastic evening with you guys. So I just want to quickly say this, all right? Some people have reached out to me to extend the payments till when the class starts, all right, for the $50 mentorship program. Please note that this is not a program that I am organizing because I need the money, all right? People who are close to me who know that $50 is not money, all right? However, the reason why I'm organizing this is because sessions like this, all right, I want to be able to raise people who will be capable of, assisting during the week, all right, who will also be able to interpret the markets the way I interpret the markets, all right, drop setups the way I drop setups, all right, and guide anybody who is a newbie. All right, they will literally be able to guide all the newbies on the group, guide them through a few things that they may need to know. All right. The purpose of this is to ease the burden of the work from off my chest. All right. It's to ease the burden from me. All right. So that's why you're getting it at $50 and I am getting your support and your assistance. All right. So I want to beg you guys, please, if you know that you're really interested in learning from me, all right, this is the very last batch of guys that I am going to be training one-on-one. All right, one-on-one for the rest of the year. All right, October to December is a very busy period for me. So I am begging you, take the chance, get on board. All right, it's just $50. All right, and at least some of you will collect salary this month now. You take it to club, you spend it. So join us. God bless you. Thank you very much, everybody. I would have loved to show you guys some samples from the indicator that we're working with at the moment. I don't know. Maybe you should type in the comment section if you are interested in seeing that. If you would like to see what the indicator looks like or how it works. All right, let me quickly know in the comment section. All right, I'm going to show you guys. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm not going to give you details. All right, I'm not going to give details. But I am just going to show you a tip of the iceberg. All right. I'm just going to show you a tip of the iceberg. Just show you sample so that, you will know what you're missing, right, for not purchasing this yet. So basically what happens is this indicator gives both buys and sell, all right, entry and exit. Okay, so when you combine it with the moving average strategy, it comes, when you purchase the indicator, it comes with a strategy. There's a video that shows you the entire strategy. All right. And as you can see, this is a sell. All right. You sell from here, you close around here, you sell again, you close around here, you sell, you close here, you sell again, close around here. All right. This is another sell entry. You sell from here, close here, you sell from here, close here, you sell again from here, close here, then you sell again from here. And then it is still available right here. All right. Sell, exit. This is a buy, exit, buy, exit, buy, exit, buy, exit, buy, exit. All right. So for those of you who are still contemplating it, all right, like I've said a couple of times, all right, many times over, in fact, this is one system that is guaranteed if you are taking a prop firm challenge. All right. If you're, yes, we will manually take the trade. Manually take the trade. No, it's the same one that I've shown before, all right, but we've made some adjustments to it, all right, to make it even much more accurate. Because many people reached out and said that they didn't know where to close their trade. They didn't know when to close their trade, all right. So we modified it a little bit and added some more functions, allow it to indicate where to exit. All right, as you can see, if you scroll back, you realize that this has dropped some amazing, fantastic entries for the past several weeks or months or whatever. All right. So if you are interested, reach out to any of the admins. All right. They will tell you what that is going to cost you. All right. But if you are also not interested, please maintain your lane. It is no problem. We love you. We cherish you. We appreciate that you're with us. All right. And we look forward to providing you with even much more value. All right. In the days and months and years to come. So this is where we're going to sign out for tonight. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. My name remains Adejola Freeman Ogunkunle. It's been a pleasure working with you. Oh, yes, they are still very much available, Mr. Temitope. They are still very much available. So thank you very much, guys. God bless you. Have a fantastic trading week. During the week, the VIPs are going to have at least 2 live streams, all right, 2 trade calls, all right, during the week, and several other setups that will be dropped. All right. So God bless you and have a fantastic rest of the week. Bye-bye, guys.